Going on, everyone? John Matrix here. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. So we're going to follow up with some more of the Backrooms here. There's another 3 videos in this playlist of his, Kane Pixels playlist, to go through for the next videos here. So yeah, this is what we're going to look at here. The first one we're going to look at is informational video. Backrooms informational video is what it's called. So as always, links will be down below in the description. If you want to click on those links, go over there, check out his channel. You know, give him a sub if you like his content. Give this video of his a like, and yeah, let's check it out. Boop. Volume. There we go. Let's go. For internal use only, async. So I guess real quick to recap. The last thing we really went over in the Backrooms was they found a body, potentially of the first person that we saw a video for that fell in. The body had been like partially decomposed. They were doing an autopsy. They well, okay. First off, I guess they were doing some kind of experiment, it seems, to potentially like create some kind of space within a space that's greater, you know, quantum physics, mechanics, stuff like that, whatever. So they seem to have exceeded through some kind of accident that happened, and this new space was created. They were going in and exploring it. In doing so, it seems that potentially portals or other entrances to this space they created have appeared throughout various areas in the town. It's not necessarily visible though, as once this accident happened, missing person reports have skyrocketed in this town that it's taking place in. And so they find this body in this, you know, backrooms space. It's covered in kind of like black sludge. They do an autopsy on it. It seems the person looks like they died from malnutrition, starved to death kind of a situation. But this bacterial culture, like, taking over the body. Some of the body had been like perfectly preserved. The decomposition effect hasn't really taken place. Other parts of the body seem to have been like, you know, ravaged by various bacterial culture, etc. So what I've inferred so far is that you know, weird creature thing we saw in the first video might be what the bacterial culture turned into for some reason somehow. And you know, it seems like this Backrooms, you know, area was some kind of like dimension that they created on accident that happened. They were trying to create this on purpose, but they didn't succeed. An accident occurred that ended up creating what they currently have. So they tried, I guess, previous tests and they weren't successful, and then some kind of surge or something happened and the test was successful, but was it really kind of a situation, you know? So I guess that's where we're at summary wise. So yeah, let's continue now from there.
Welcome to the Project KV-31 Research and Development Team. In this short, informative video, you will be briefed on the required protocol in regard to Project KV-31, as well as receive an overview of future development plans. What is Project KV-31? Project KV-31 pertains to the study and development of the Async low-proximity magnetic distortion system.
Yeah, an Async is, I guess, this fictional company that is funding this research and trying to create whatever they're doing. Well, I guess with the idea of potentially saving, you know, billions of dollars on space and residential area in general by being able to essentially have a smaller space that has a larger interior than what it should. Yeah, that's like
for the
door.
sake of convenience, you may hear your peers refer to the project under any of the following titles.
Oh, the machine, the door, the backrooms, the complex, the hallways. Okay, interesting.
The machine, the door, the back rooms, the complex, hallways. Unauthorized usage of these terms outside of the Async research facility is strictly prohibited. Reach the threshold without guided supervision.
Little bit of the video skip there, you know. You might want to watch the whole, you know, thing here. He said the thing. Yep, he said the thing. He said the thing. There's the Family Guy meme.
Never enter the complex alone. All expeditions are to be comprised of no fewer than 3 individuals.
Okay. February 29th, 1990. They're going back in, huh? So it's interesting that I don't remember the date that we last saw them entering. We saw a group of people in hazmat suits entering, and they had like a line they were establishing for the way they were going. We don't see that line here now. So either they themselves, you know, retracted whatever that line is, or somehow it's disappeared between now and then. I would think they would want to leave it there to mark areas they'd already been to, but what do I know, you know? See, I thought I remembered the date before on that video saying it was earlier on. I thought it was like February, sometime earlier in February of 1990, but maybe I'm mistaken. This could be an earlier expedition. You could be right. Right, yeah. It's possible that this has taken place earlier. I would have to go back and watch the previous video to see where the dates are. I thought the date was earlier than this, but I could be wrong. I might be misremembering. You guys could be right.
Yeah, but that was 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Or this is the same video, because that's the red line right there. This could just be more of that same video.
I'm not doing anything about it now. I mean, do you really think that there's actually a vaccine in this situation? I mean, there's too many variables. Probably they reset the whole circuit.
It's interesting that we can't really understand what they're saying either. Like, it's kind of somewhat muffled. Like, this guy was talking about something with too many variables is all I really got out of that.
Yeah, but that was 2 weeks ago. I'm not doing anything.
I think he said something about 2 weeks ago.
About it now. I mean,
I'm curious. No, you can't. There's no. I was gonna say whenever we can turn subtitles on to see what they're saying.
I'm not doing anything about it now. I mean, do you really think that there's actually a vaccine in this situation? I mean, there's too many variables. Probably they reset the whole circuit.
Something about a situation and too many variables is all I got out of that. I couldn't understand what else he was saying.
Well, you know how it is. They're going one from here to tomorrow, and then I had a meeting, so I'm going north. Guys, do you hear this?
Sounds like a high school or something. Or not.
Hey guys, do you hear this? Hey!
Oh, well. Well?
Guys. Guys?
Well?
George? Open! Hey!
See, that would be terrifying. Yeah, I would kind of freak out there. I would immediately try to, like, backtrack to where I'd gone, but, like, yikes.
There's
좋습니다.
But it's interesting though that obviously Dave disappeared and the line they were drawing out was disappeared. So that, I guess, does this indicate that there's like parallel universes or dimensions of this same thing going on too? And like where he walked to, he entered like another dimension, another space or something like that. You know what I mean? And when he tried to walk out, it like, or maybe because he stayed in that spot a certain amount of time, it like moved him or something. I don't know. What the fuck? I wanted to obviously step through that. I feel like he's about to meet whatever that creature is and he's gonna die. Is this space getting the roof's getting lower? What the fuck, dude? That's getting a little creepy. That's getting real creepy, brother. I would not be comfortable with that at all. What the fuck? Nope. 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 Hey, there's an axe. You got a weapon, brother. Fuck yeah. Pick that shit up. Bro, you're just gonna leave that axe there? Are you crazy? Got a 2D flat door there. It definitely looks like a game, like texture sprites, you know what I mean? That seems like the Backrooms even more unstable than we thought. Well, I mean, and that probably plays into the fact that when this was created, it was done by accident. So, yeah, I would assume that means that, yeah, what's going on in here is unstable. They weren't able to create a stable space because of whatever surge happened. So, like, I think whatever is stuff that's in here is all random and in flux or whatever you want to say. Yeah, see, this is like I said before, like jump scare stuff or like shock factor horror, that really doesn't do much for me, you know. And most of those movies, the stories are pretty simple and the characters really aren't very interesting. Most of the time, it's not all the case, but like this kind of stuff where like you're not really knowing what's going on, the idea of being like trapped somewhere with no exit, like even though there's space around and you can freely move around, you're still like trapped. This whole idea of like claustrophobia and like the building of anxiety as you keep moving around and potentially getting stuck in this maze and not really having a sense of truly where you're at, that would be really terrifying, you know what I mean? Yeah, the concept itself, the back room, stems from unfinished areas in the game you could glitch into. It almost seems like when you heard the voices, maybe he was in a weak spot between the space and the real world. Potentially, yeah. He was actually hearing a cafeteria. I don't know. I mean, yeah, it sounded like a high school. You know what I mean? It sounded like, you know, like kids walking around in a high school or something like that. That's what it, I mean, that's the idea that I got in my mind. Either a high school or maybe like a mall or some kind of like busy area with a bunch of people walking around.
Please.
Interesting. Now we're getting into like Half-Life shit here.
Hello?
Oh lord. Oh lord, you fucked up.
Hey!
Oh, the music is terrifying too. That's pretty creepy. So I wonder what this is indicating. Like, is this indicating there's like ways you go through where like this is one space and it can transfer you to another space, which can then transfer you to other spaces, you know what I mean? Or is this just like random schematics? Complex. Okay. So, well, that was the first video in that, which again was informational video. So in that, it's interesting that even going in there potentially with a group of people seems to not matter. You're not any safer going through there with a group of people. This episode reveals a lot, but it leaves it very vague. It leaves it very vague. This is a viewer to piece together. Yeah. Well, so the idea of obviously like going in there with a group seems to not matter because you can be right next to someone. You literally just like take a slight turn, even though they're right next to you. You can somehow be shifted into some other place, another dimension or another version of the Backrooms or whatever. Them also like towing that line out there to kind of mark where they've been seems to not matter either because that disappeared as well when he like shifted into wherever he went to. So anyone that goes in there, you're just in danger of being teleported, shifted to somewhere else. You know what I mean? I mean, he did split up, but he wasn't that far away from him, right? Like, he was only like a few feet away from him, right? Like, let's.
Going north.
Like, he's pretty much right here talking with him. And then he just, like, looks down here because he hears voices. He's trying to tell him, hey, do you hear this stuff?
Guys, do you hear this?
Like, even before he goes down the corridor, and the guys are, like, right here next to him.
Hey guys, do you hear this? Hey.
So, like, it was almost like he was splitting off beforehand. But the other question is, right, okay. So they were near him walking toward the direction where he was, and they act like they never saw him turn. Like they act like they never saw him turn or go anywhere. That's true. Did we only see 3 people? Well, technically he's the 4th, right? We see 3 people here indicating that he's the 4th person. So there were 4 people in this group. You know what I mean? Where is it that he turns?
This? Hey.
So, man. So, like, it's interesting that, yeah, like, granted, it's also interesting that he was behind them, like, the whole time, I think. Right? So he was, like, he was behind them the whole time up until, like, right here.
I'm going north.
I mean, yeah, he seems to, well, I don't know. Is he the person? Like, he's not the person talking here, right?
2 weeks ago.
Also, like, this person looks like he's looking directly at who we're supposed to be, right?
Yeah, but that was 2 weeks ago.
Does he, like, react to him in any way?
Yeah, but that was 2 weeks.
I don't know. We can't really tell if he, like, reacts to him or, like, sees that he's, like, actually physically there, you know? So, that's something else. But, like, so he's behind these guys the whole time up until, like, a certain point where he's getting ready to turn, you know? Well, at least we see him behind everyone up until, like, around here, and then he turns down this hall. He hears the voices.
Guys, do you hear this?
And then he's talking to them, asking if they hear him. Now, throughout everything beforehand, we don't hear him, like, actually say anything. We only hear, like, muffled talk from these other people. Or at least it indicates that it's from these other people. So, like, that's another part of the situation. Like, he's talking, but can these other guys actually even really hear him? Because these dudes are, like, right next to each other, and, like, you can't understand what they're saying.
Yeah, but that was 2 weeks ago.
I mean, you can understand that they're trying to communicate, but I can only really make out a few words, right?
I mean, do you really think that there's actually a vaccine in this situation? I mean, there's too many variables. Probably they reset the whole circuit. It's doable.
Yeah, it seemed like something skipped. I don't know if there was.
Research facility is strictly prohibited. The threshold.
Looks like it just showed, like, the actual. See, I think this is supposed to be a diagram because, like, when the accident happened, we saw this, like, form. So I think this is what a diagram of what is currently, quote unquote, the back rooms, right? Not that it would do any good, but not that it would do any good, but I can't make out this last word. But something and then larger text. But yeah, this is like backwards. Not that would do any good. This looks like it says but, and I don't know what the rest of that is.
Outside of the Async research facility is strictly prohibited. The threshold.
I don't see anything else in the diagram here, right? I mean, there's different drawings through here, but I don't see anything. Yeah, I think this is supposed to be like a map of what got laid out in the back rooms here. And then, like, so it's like these little breaks right here. I guess they might indicate a way to go to a new area, kind of a situation. And then, yeah, this says backwards, not that it would do any good, but, and I don't know what the rest of that says. And then, yeah, so that was like the thing that got skipped over. But so yeah, I mean, this dude, it's clear that they were there with a group before. The tutorial video said, don't don't go within a group any less than 3. So it said any more is fine, but you got to have at least 3 people to go with you. So that's like their protocol. So it seems like they went in with 4 people. One of the other guys, when they were getting ready, was like staring right at the character who we're supposed to be, you know, like this dude right here. Like he looks right at you. So, I mean, I don't know. It would seem to indicate that he sees you at least, you know, so that you're real. It's also interesting that at the end, he seemed to have found a control room of some kind that didn't seem familiar with, right? So, but then, you know, he goes down this hall, hears the voices, turns around. These guys now seem to have no idea that he was even with them. You know what I mean? They don't hear whatever these noises are. They don't hear him trying to communicate with them at all. And now he's like shifted. So it's like, the question is, was he like really with them? It seems to indicate that he was. Maybe he actually shifted beforehand, like when he went ahead of them, like maybe around in here when he's ahead of them.
Going north.
I mean, you can still hear them back behind them talking, though. So it might be a situation where once he hears the voices, he like shifts to somewhere else.
Guys, do you hear this?
But yeah, like right here, no one ever talks to him anymore, right?
Hey guys, do you hear this? Hey!
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like weird that they would kind of like just ignore him, you know what I mean? They don't either they don't hear him, or they just straight up like ignore him, or maybe he wasn't there to begin with. I guess that's the question. Was he really with this group or not? There doesn't seem to be like anything in between the frames here. So, I mean, yeah, I guess that's kind of the big question of this video is like the person that we're seeing from their perspective, was he really with them? Or was like everything else like a fragment, like a figment of his imagination? You know, what does that mean? Or is that, yeah, yeah, is that even his group? You know, did he like actually shift somewhere else? You know, is this group that we're seeing now with that date and time? I'm kind of curious now. I want to go see. I want to see what time is stamped on this. Yeah, so see, so this is February 5th of 1990. Is this when they went in? Like this is when they went in, right? Is there a date on this one? So yeah, earlier in 1990 right here is when the experiment happened. I just want to see if there's like a time. February 3rd. So yeah. This is loud. So, I mean, there's not a date right here where they're actually going in, but it looks like February 3rd, they went in at February 3rd because that's where the red line is, right? And then the video we just watched with that guy was February 20th. So maybe he's seeing this group that went in prior, you know what I mean? Maybe that's what he's seeing. Maybe as soon as he enters, you know, maybe as soon as he enters this room right here, he's actually seeing the previous group that went in from earlier in the month. And he's just like walking with them thinking that, you know, he's supposed to be there with them, whatever. They're just talking with each other. They never hear him. They never talk to him. Maybe that's why also their voices are like kind of muffled. whereas we can hear everything else clearly. You know, I don't know. That would also maybe kind of also indicate as to why there's no red line going through her already. They're laying it out.
Yeah,
But even when we saw the video earlier on February 3rd, the red line was already laid out. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like he's with the group that went in prior, and he's like seeing something from the past. Definitely seems like there may be some, yeah, timey-wimey shit happening there, like you said. Face was made by accident, yeah. So I think he's seeing things that happened from the past here, is what's going on with that. I think that's what's happening. And that's when the like shift happens when you hear the voices here. And then actually he went in by himself, and but he thought he went in with a group, is what's been happening. I think that's the case. All right, let's go to the next video here. So this one is motion detected. This is the next video in this backroom series. Okay, so now we're on March 5th. Okay, they're setting up stuff. There's more people in biohazard suits. They're like building shit now. So maybe again, that's what he saw. Maybe the control room he saw in there is something that was already set up in the future. You know? And that's why the alarm went off when he went in there, because, like, he might not actually have access to that room because they might think he's dead or he's missing. So he's a personnel that just isn't authorized to be in this room that they'd set up, you know, in a future time. So that alarm's going off. I don't know. Anyway, more speculation. Yeah, we got construction stuff going on in here now. I wonder what exactly they're building. If it's just like stuff to indicate where they're going, markers, you know. Looks like they're setting up cameras on tripods to view stuff and monitor stuff, maybe. 7 modified video cameras are optimally positioned along lateral division A. Each camera has been modified to send out an alert and begin recording when motion or substantial noise is detected. Okay. So I guess that would kind of indicate what happened to the guy in the previous video may have happened to several other people, but some of them may have gotten out or rejoined their group. And so, yeah, they're setting these things up now. Interesting. Yeah, the creature from the first video does make a lot of noise, yeah. You know, I don't know. I want to look at this diagram again, but like, there's intersections where cameras their view will intersect each other, but you don't ever have any cameras viewing other cameras physically, right? I feel like wouldn't they want to have things set up to the point where like you might have like overlapping vision, but you want to make sure that every camera has another camera visible in its view so you can see if anything happens to said camera. You know what I mean? Like cameras to monitor each camera kind of a thing. Would also seem to indicate that they've actually mapped out the area, right? In order to set up the cameras with these proper angles to know where things are, they have to then have like been able to map out the specific area. So that's another piece of information. It is also interesting that so far in all these videos, the only time we've seen the creature is in the first one too. So far, we haven't seen the creature in any other videos, and no one else that we know of has been attacked or killed. As long as compilation of all detected motion alerts received during the night of Monday, March 5th. Uh, 1939 hours. The researchers passed Central Division D. Okay, so I mean, that looks like the one group that we've seen before. Is that same group? I mean, we only see 2 people here, right? It said 3, but I think we only see 2. Yeah, did this not say 3 people? Okay, there's the third. 2000 hours, motion detective, returning research past Central. Same guys going the other way. Motion detected. Supervisor passes camera 6. First video feels like everything in Backrooms has decayed somewhat, so I'm still voting for it being the last in the timeline. I can't remember if it is or not, but it's just a vibe I get. Maybe. I mean, wasn't the video that showed the missing person pictures? I kind of want to rewind to see that, to see what the dates are on some of that. But wasn't the first one the first kid from the first video, right? So I mean, that would indicate that that would be in a future time if that's the thing. Might be, but another trip or another group. It's been a month. I thought they stayed there the whole time. Threshold barrier closed. Noise detected. Ah, this is when the guy tripped the alarm. If that's the case, then that dude's been in there for a month. That sounds like the same alarm, right? Noise detected to be determined. True. Time does seem to be a little fucky. I mean, it did happen a month ago, but if time's a little whack, you know, who knows what's going on here? Like, you could be in a place where time is so distorted that you do something now, but like the noise doesn't appear, or any kind of action you do doesn't happen until, you know, a month later, or maybe it happened a month in the past. You know what I mean? Who knows when time's all fucky? This is the next day too. This is March 6th now. That's saying that there was a microphone malfunction. I wonder if this is like somehow SOS. I don't know Morse code, but I wonder if someone's doing like Morse code through the microphone somehow. I don't know. Motion detected at 3:55, 3:53 in the morning. What the fuck? That the creature crawling along the fucking roof there, dude? Yeah, I got it, red circle. Not unsolved mysteries here. I guess technically it is. Enhance. Yeah, exactly. I had to hit you with the red circle, yep. Huh. And then what are we getting to here with this stuff? Oh, this is actually, that was the end of that. Okay. That was the end of that. This is into a new... So it ends with the motion detected stuff. Okay, really quick. I want to go back a couple of videos here. I want to look at... if any of these missing person things show a date on it. See, this I think is supposed to be the kid we saw that was filming in the very first video, right? There's no date on that one. No date on that one either. No date on that one. I don't think any of these actually show a date on these missing persons. It just says that missing persons reports skyrocket essentially right after this happens. Let's see. Is there a date on the first video? Let's go back real quick. We're doing some detective shit here, okay? We're getting into some Sherlock Holmes territory. Let's take a look at the first video and see if there's a date here. Trying to piece this shit together.
Sound. Camera.
Rolling.
Is there a date on this?
All right, and action.
Ooh, this is 1991. This is July 4th, 91. This is a year ahead of where we're watching the experiments. So, yeah. So this is even a year, almost a full year. Actually, this is more than a year ahead of what we're currently watching. Because what we're currently watching from the Async stuff is in March. We're on March 6th is the present date of those videos. So this happens in 91. So this video takes place later on, after a bunch of shit's happened. So maybe, I don't know. So then, again, if this person is the body we find in the future video who's malnourished and has the, like, bacterial culture all over him, that again indicates that his body went back in time. You know what I mean? Makes sense. Whatever they did is making holes in reality. I knew it was a lot later, but you had me doubting myself. But yeah. So this is 91. So interesting. So either the body that they find later or that they have the autopsy for isn't this person, or you know, timey-wimey bullshit's happening and they find the body in the past. You know what I mean? So, all right. Let's look at, this is going to be the last video we watch today for the Backrooms. This is prototype. I guess let's take a look at this and see what's up. This is Oak Ridge National Laboratory. So this is conducted on May 10th of 1982. So we're going even back beforehand. This is the year I was born. I was literally like 4 months old when this happened. Okay. Wait, in the autopsy they said different parts of his body decayed at different rates, right? Well, they said that certain parts of his body hadn't even started the decay process. They were just completely fine in stasis, but then other parts were completely overrun by culture. So, I mean, yeah, that could be an indication of that. That could be an indication that his body had gone through so many temporal things or whatever that different parts of his body are in different times. That could be an indication of that. Maybe he was there so long as his body started experiencing time at different rates. It's possible. Maybe when you go through the different areas and it changes to different, like, actual backgrounds or whatever, that's you're shifting in a different time. I don't know. But so, all right. So this takes place in 1982. So we're like 8 years prior to what the videos we're watching are. I don't know what we're looking at, but we're looking at something. Yeah, right, exactly, for whatever dates are worth. Oh, Lord. Interesting. Okay. That really didn't give us much in this video. I guess this is just a test of the initial experiment. You know, this guy, like, maybe he's put this shit together in his garage and this is like the test of the initial experiment. But like, is there something in there that disappears? Like, it's hard to tell, right? I can't, I think there's something, I think there's that little ball there, right? Let me, yeah. So we see there's this little ball there in between there. So, is that... So I guess the ball is gone there now. It's kind of hard to tell with this noise. But so I guess this experiment is indicating that whatever that is got transported somewhere else, teleported somewhere else. Yeah, this is most likely going to be the opening or discovery of the Backrooms or what leads to it. Yeah. So yeah, I guess whatever that little test ball thing was, it's now gone. So the experiment transported, teleported, whatever this thing is, and it's gone now. That's what I guess started this whole thing. Interesting. Okay. So this video doesn't really give us much more other than just that. And Pixels hit out of the park with this one. I haven't seen it in forever and forgot way more details than I thought. Can't believe you had me confused all over again. Okay. So, all right. I mean, so basically what we've learned today through going through these videos is that time is super fucky. I think this video of these guys right here going through, I really feel like this is a situation where, I mean, it could be a couple things, right? You know, we discovered that the, is there a picture of it showing in here? No. So the interesting thing is that right here, there's no red line going in at all, right? And this is supposed to take place like in March or something like that. I mean, I guess there's no actual time being displayed when we see these people go in. But yeah, so there's no red line here, but in previous videos where we've seen them go in, where is it? Trying to find it here. Yeah, right here. So this is February 3rd, and there is already a line indicated in there. So this indicates that this had already been set up, right? And that these guys had already gone through here on February 3rd and laid this out. But then, when we go into what is supposed to be the future, it's February 5th for this one. And then this says, this gives us a date on this one, I think, right? At some point. La 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 la. Maybe it doesn't. Doesn't look like it gives us a date, I guess. Yeah, but regardless, so no, it does. That's what I thought. So this is February 29th. In the previous video where we saw the line actually laid out was February 2nd, right? Or February 3rd. So, and now we come here on the 29th later and this line isn't laid out. So I don't know, man. I mean, what does that mean? It could just mean that the line that they laid out before, they got rid of and they're doing it again. Maybe they had, you know, done the experiment again and this time tried to stabilize it. And so this is a new Backrooms, quote unquote, and they're going through it again. But I mean, it seems to indicate also that this guy got like time shifted or something like that, you know? He's walking through here with this group. We can't understand anything they're saying. He hears a bunch of voices, turns down a corner, looks back to ask them if they can hear this shit too. They completely ignore him and keep walking, and then we see him like shift and everything's gone. Yeah, the red line definitely means something. What it exactly means right now, I don't know. But again, this is, you know, several weeks ahead of the previous video, and the red line isn't there when they're initially walking in. So that could also be an indication that even though the time says it's February 29th, that this, yeah, I don't know. There's a couple of different things that it could indicate. But anyway, so I think from the videos we've gone through today that we can pretty much confirm that it seems like time is very fuckery on what's going on here. So different things could be happening at different times, in different places. I mean, you know, we see these guys walking back and forth a few times. Yeah, we see them. That's the other thing right here. So like, this is March 5th, and they say they get noise detected on here. I'm pretty sure this is the same alarm that we hear at the end here. Let's double check this. Oh, it's not.
Hey!
This is a different alarm sound. So I was incorrect about that earlier. Hello? Play? Noise detected. That's the microphone failure one. Yeah, so this is a different alarm noise than what I thought. But some kind of alarm definitely went off, so yeah. All right. So there is no connection from what I was thinking. So yeah, I don't know. But like I said, I think from what we saw today, we can definitely confirm that time is very fucky in what's going on in the back rooms. But there we go. Those are the 3 episodes here that we checked out today for the back rooms. That was informational video, motion detected, and prototype. So we checked out those 3 videos today in this backroom series by Kane Pixels. As always, the links for all of these videos will be down below in the description and to Kane Pixels channel. So if you do me a favor, click on those links. If you enjoy this whole series, you know, give these videos a like and give the man a sub. This is very interesting and kind of thought-provoking. You know, I don't know what kind of horror you would call this. Definitely anxiety-driven horror for sure, but it's more of the horror stuff that I'm kind of interested in because it's intriguing. You know, it's thought-provoking. So, this is stuff that you guys like. You know, give the man a sub. But yeah, we're gonna continue on and you know, continue on this series until I guess we get through the rest of them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 more videos left in his series, it seems. So depending on the various length of these videos, we'll probably do 2 or 3 more to cover all of these, something along those lines. Maybe a couple more than that, we'll see. Some more longer than others. But I'm looking forward to kind of, I guess, getting through this, seeing what my thoughts are on it, and then watching like an actual breakdown video that explains everything that's going on. I am very curious to see if what I'm thinking is like how close I am to what's actually going on, kind of situation, you know what I mean? So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. That's gonna do it for this video. We're doing this reaction live with my YouTube members. If you would like to come in and join these discussions and have a good time over sitting here chilling watching these videos, there's a join button down below. Check out the YouTube membership tiers. You can get up to a week's worth of early access to a lot of my videos, get your name added to the end of the videos. There's a sub Discord for you guys to come and hang out and have some shenanigans going on in there, all kinds of stuff. So check those out, see if any of that stuff interests you, and if you would like to take your support to that next level. If not, that's perfectly all right. I greatly appreciate you guys just coming and checking out the videos, taking the time out of your busy day to do so. So thank you very much. Hope you're having a wonderful day whenever you're watching this, and we'll see you on the next one, guys.